just a quick video to show how to run your data. So first you need to open your SPSS. I already have some data lined up, but we are going to start from scratch. So the big data set that we have is huge and it's kind of confusing. So when I have big data sets like this, I just make a smaller one that I'm interested in. So here's ankle power max and the foot strike column, and this is what I'm going to look at. So I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it too, because this is my second one that I'm using. Go to SPSS. This could be blank, or it could be something you're already using. And you can just go ahead and open a new one. So it's an Excel file. Excel files and CSV files look really similar. So the default is Excel. Just double check that that's what you saved it as. And pick. It's the second one. Open. I like to remove leading and trailing spaces. It really doesn't make much of a difference. Okay. And here's the SPSS data that we're going to be working with. So now we have between subjects effects and within subjects effects. So we're going to go to Analyze, General Linear Model. This is a repeated measures design. Our factor that we're interested in is ankle max. There's 3 levels. And then you can give it a measure name. In my experience, this doesn't make the biggest difference, so I'm just going to call measures are cool. Now we're going to hit the button Define. And this part is where we assign the different levels. So for the within subjects effects is our ankle max. So we're going to go 1 to 1, 2 number 2, 3 number 3. And for between subjects factors, we are going to do foot strike pattern. All right, and now we'll go to options. We want our descriptive statistics for sure. We also want to go ahead and do foot strike pattern, ankle max, hit compare main effects, and I like Bonferroni. Okay, so what did I just do? Descriptive statistics is going to give us our descriptive statistics. It's going to be your mean, your N, your standard deviation. For display means, this is going to give us a more detailed analysis of the means for the individual groups. Compare main effects and the confidence interval adjustment is going to show differences between groups. This is going to be really important for your post-hoc test or after the fact tests. Continue. We're also going to go to plots. So the original data set used it went back and forth several times. So we're going to just do both types of plots. So we'll have our separate lines as ankle max, our horizontal axis is foot pattern. And we'll just switch it. So that way you can see what both look like. In the future, I definitely recommend just picking one format, having foot strike pattern either as the separate line or as horizontal axis and keep it there. I'm just going to do both so you can see both, but really only do one and just keep it consistent. Continue. And we're ready to go. Ta-da! We have lots of data now. So this is the beginning. You could see for the first thing is just telling us what our within subject factors are, our between subject factors are. You can double check everything. Here's our descriptive statistics. If we'd rather have this say what the foot strike pattern actually is, we'll just change the data because, let's see, right now it just says 1, 2, 3, and so forth. So if we wanted to fix that, we would just replace the values, 1, 2, and 3, with our ones of interest. All right, let's move through this quickly. Multivariate tests, not necessarily the most important thing in the world. It should give us about the same results as other things, but with less power, which is not necessarily a good thing. At least that's my understanding. Sphericity is actually really important. If this is significant, then it changes the way we interpret the next item. So we could see that it is not significant, which means we don't have to do any special adjustments, and we can just look at this first line of all these sections where it says sphericity assumed. This is going to be our main effect, and we see the main effect is not significant. This is our interaction effect, and we see it is significant. And this is our error at the bottom. Contrast. Contrast, you see linear and quadratic. What contrast helps us understand is the trend of the data. Probably not super important for what you're doing now. It also should generally, when you look at linear interaction effects, should generally line up with what you see over here. Should be pretty darn close, and it is. Tests of between subjects effects. So your between subject effects is your foot strike pattern. So this is just seeing if the foot strike pattern is significant. It is not. Okay, and here is the extra bit we did with the means. Now we can see a breakdown of the foot strike pattern means, where different ones are significant for pairwise comparisons. You could just look at the significance level here. Note that these are repeated, so you have the difference between 1 and 2 and 2 and 1. These are going to give you the same results in just a different way of interpretation. This isn't that important for right now. Ankle max, we're doing the exact same thing as we did above, except with the other variable. Again, measures are repeated. That's important to know. And lastly, our plots. So here's the one with foot strike pattern as the horizontal axis, and the one as the foot strike pattern is the individual lines. And that is a supersonic version of the test you'll be doing.